Your person from the heart, your darling, your desired partner, doesn't want to talk to you about you. Both of you talk about your connection, about the relationship. Maybe it's about a breakup where you say, hey, I'd like to talk about this now. There is still the possibility, or what was in our relationship, or he keeps withdrawing, not wanting to talk about you, your situation, what has happened, or what could come next. When it comes to the relationship, he doesn't want to talk about it. He might not respond or say something else, vehemently avoiding the whole thing. And that, of course, occupies you a lot. The question is, what is going on at all? Why doesn't he want to talk about us, about our relationship, about our connection? Let's take a look at that now. Dear ones, you know we are collective. Character cards are gender neutral. This is your counterpart, both male and female. And you transform the character cards, please, for your situation, and a collective reading may not apply to everyone. I also took that question from the collective, and thank you for that. And you know, you can very, very gladly keep bringing suggestions. Writing for a collective reading, and I always take them on very much. You're very welcome. A very warm hello, a heartfelt love, a hug to you, and a big thank you from the bottom of my heart for your presence. Thank you so much for your comments. They are wonderful, beautiful, and I really love the way you all interact with each other. Let's take a look at what's going on. Why doesn't he want to talk about you, about your connection, your relationship? Let's see. And very important, I'm sending you a lot of wonderful love, positive energy, and a ton of good vibes. So, let's see what's going on. I think the underside of the stick is really nice. Great. Because with your soulmate, what's really on his mind is indeed the relationship, this sense of belonging. And this is about the foundation for a shared future. He feels something is there, but there is also chaos. Internally, it's absolute chaos, but this has to do with the sense of belonging. He feels something towards you regarding this connection. And he feels something is here, but something doesn't seem quite right for him. Something, his inner self, something is still resisting here. Something is there to be in harmony for him. Something, his inner self, something is still resisting here. Something is there, but he's resisting because he feels, yes, somehow there is a sense of belonging. Relationship, for sure. Is a topic for him, yes. Then I'm curious, what else can we see here in more detail? What I can show you here. So it's crazy, we really have love here. We have it here, 3 of Cups. So then we have the Cups. That's the inner conflict. The inner conflict, it's about the connection with you. These doubts, who feels this insane attraction? There's something there. Love is definitely in the game. And this sense of belonging, this connection, these loving encounters, there's something here that has to do with you. And this coming together, and there might be just a little bit of a barrier coming together, either you approaching him or him approaching you. We're taking a close look at what it is. We're getting clarity. But as I said, we have this conflict, the inner conflict that he is in. As for this connection with you, then we have the Cups again. 7 of Cups. It shows love, desires, decisions. It's all about the decision here. He's on the run. There's this balance. Maybe there's some kind of structure here. What we already saw at the very beginning, it's about a structure, about his inner self. He's also refusing something, but something. Yeah, that's definitely a barrier, but he's simply overwhelmed. I can tell you that right now. But there's more than he shows you in his inner self, which he might not be telling you, because I have this barrier set too high. So let's take a look. Good. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It looks really good from the start. Very interesting for sure. So I can honestly tell you love is really at play here. Here is the pressure. Yes, this barrier. So we now have a very, very clear picture. We'll also get more clarity. Yes. So, well, then let's see what's going on with this coyote here. So, with the significant others, it's about their structure from the past. This might have been in relationships before. What it means is he was in relationships, but they always just floated on the surface. He has never gone that deep. He could always keep everything a bit open. And yes, this aspect regarding the family. The connection, the closeness, he has never really focused intensely on that. Or rather felt, and that's a big topic. Yes, he is insecure and is avoiding you here. As for the connection between the two of you regarding the relationship, he avoids it. There I see withdrawal. This may be a bit stubborn, maybe a little too quick to get offended. This, let me something like that. There's a conflict, and he tells himself this barrier is also this. No, that can't be. That doesn't exist. He can't, but he feels, we are in the collective. I want to mention something really, really important before I add this mention. We are in the collective. Your person from this collective setting feels pressured. His perspective, sure, he also has very exaggerated viewpoints. That happens pretty quickly. So the boundary is crossed pretty quickly. Yes. Overlooked, skipped with him, because it's about, as I said, I have this knee-jerk reaction, this quick, this immediate shutting down, closing off, MHM. And there it is. He feels very, very quickly cornered. He's done with this question, and too much is coming from this setting. Too much is coming from your side regarding a decision. And there's this pressure. He wants to avoid it. He doesn't want to talk about it. He does want to talk about it. Yes, but not if it comes from you, because too much of his perspective comes from you. That's just it. We're only looking at his perspective here. And it's like this. He's like a little stubborn child. And no, and definitely not now. He can't. He wants to come on his own because he clearly feels we have it here again. The relationship with you, this connection, it's wow. Because there's a lot of love. A great love is at play here. There's an incredible attraction. Your charisma, because he is like this. It's too much. It's just, he's so overdosed. That's too much. He can't handle it. He can't deal with it. Also, from your warmth, from your care, how you approach him, your loving nature, your warmth, what you give him is too much love. He can't handle this level of love. He feels overwhelmed. It's all too much. And that means for you, if you want it, that you should take a step or two back and say, okay, all right, let him come. Very, very, very important. He wants to talk because he's thinking about things. He's just very unsure. He also does not know how to argue or what to say, because it's all too much input from you. Too many messages from you. And that's why he's avoiding a conversation. He wants the conversation. He has the conversation, your connection in his thoughts. And that's very intense. It's just that he is like this. He wants to do it himself. He wants to approach you himself. Here it means let a little calm come in. Let him come. That was the tension in your communication. Maybe it was also the last communication you had, or the last few communications. It's just too much. Maybe. She's asked too much, discussed too much. So there's the problem. There's the problem. And yes, he's just running away from the decision. Because You want the decision from him. He definitely wants the relationship with you. I can definitely tell you that. He also feels this closeness, this attraction, as I said, and it's just almost like a new territory for him. But that's too much, because he has always been swimming on the surface. He has been fooling himself. And he's still involved in this area that I'm fooling myself. No, let's hold on to how it has always been. I have old behavior patterns here. But I have him completely in the transformation, in the change, his old behaviors for the new ones. But as I said, he's still struggling a bit back and forth here, because it's new for him, and for her it's a bit of a distance, so that she can find a bit of this balance, because he definitely wants to. He can only talk about the whole thing now. If you write to him now, he has in his thoughts, it's clearly visible, in his thoughts he has the communication with you, this, oh, you want a decision, you want a discussion, or there is a discussion, there's trouble, there's stress, and he withdraws from it. He wants to avoid that. This is what I see here in this layout. You are warm, you are kind, you have this family vibe, and it's just too much for him. He wants all of this, but he first needs to process it. He's in a processing phase here, processing inside. Because basically I find him totally insecure. Here it is. And because of this insecurity, we have here, it leads to a knee-jerk reaction, childish reactions, withdrawal. As I said, only set boundaries if you want to. I can only tell you this layout here now. In the collective, you're kind of withdrawing a bit. And when he reaches out to you again, when you have contact again, that you just go into the friendship zone, into this relaxed, easygoing space. Because I feel this tension between you. As I said, he always has the first contact meeting with you in the back of his mind. Oh God. Here, pressure, decision, discussion, accusations, things like that. And then he shuts down again. And it's always that too much comes at once. He writes to you once, and you might, to put it bluntly, send back 5 messages. Or you ask him right away about a meeting. And that's why I've completely withdrawn here. He doesn't want to talk about the relationship. He can't talk about it yet, because that's what he needs to process himself. He wants to come from himself. So not when you ask him that he responds to it, but he wants to show you that on his own. He wants to come to you. He wants to show you that in his own way. So I don't think that after this reading, he's going to stand in front of you. And then he immediately says, wow, you are the love of my life and I want a serious relationship. I want the wedding. I want it all. That's not how I see him. He wants to take it slow and go deeper and deeper. He definitely wants that stability. Only him. He wants to come forward. He wants to be in motion. So he wants to come to you. And the more you give and approach him, he always feels pressured, and then he goes in the opposite direction. So that's how I have it laid out here. So from that perspective, here a little bit of calm. And to the question of why he doesn't want to talk about the relationship, because that, what he feels he first needs to process, because that's really a lot, because he's never felt so much stability in a love, such intense love, this connection, this togetherness, and that makes him insecure. Because, as I said, he has always just been skimming the surface and has never fully gone into that depth like it was with you. Because with you, he feels happiness. He wants to make you happy too. But you give so much of yourself, he doesn't even know anymore. I mean, I haven't been that creative with him. Now, just lying here. So at one point I rise. He doesn't even know how he can make you happy anymore. What good he can give you about himself. Yes, for you, you're just saying the relationship or this show me love, that you love me. I absolutely understand you, but you're giving him too much that he doesn't know anymore. What else can he do for you? He wants to bring you joy, but in his own way. And it's like this, your thoughts, just as I have you lying here thinking, don't assume that he thinks that way. He thinks that way too. He's simpler in that regard. Casually knitted, to be honest. So from that perspective, when you say, but why it can be this way or that way. You are solution-oriented. You know what you want and you give with all your love. Only when you say, yes, but why? Can't we just talk about it normally? For you, it's normal. But for him, I don't have it that's simply laid out. He thinks differently than you do. Get yourself out of the thought of what you think or how one should act, why he doesn't think that way either. He can't do it. He has never been able to do it either. He doesn't know it, as I said. And there is a lot of love there. There is really intense, deep love there. I have the fear, the connection. He feels, wow, with you, it's absolutely solid. That's really an absolute foundation. He doesn't know this. He's never experienced anything like this. He can't let go of you either. That there is so much stability that he can actually imagine everything with you. Above all, it's very, very important. How is that important? He can literally imagine it with you. And that's where he first has to process this because he doesn't know it. As I said, because it's so stable. And even if he has been in a long relationship before, married or whatever, it doesn't matter. He's never felt this way before. And that's why after this reading, he can't talk about a relationship with you. He will come to you. If you want it, of course, it's always your decision. But please take out the pressure and these messages completely. Let's talk about the relationship. When he reaches out to you again, then go into this area where you say, yes, hey, all good. If he asks you something, you answer, but don't come at him right away with questions. Or with a meeting, above all, or that you call him right away or send several messages afterwards. Even if he sends you a message, you should say, okay, you respond to it. Maybe not right away. No, just take a little time delay here. That you then respond to them, and then that's enough. And if you have written a long text, oh, there's my finger, I have to look. If you have written such a long text in response, please reduce it to 1, 2 sentences, 3. Because this much, too much input, that is too much, he can't process it. He can't take that in. He might read the first sentence or something in the middle, and then you do it because he's completely overdosed. As I said, he can't process it. He needs small bits of information, short, concise, small bits of information. So reduce that a bit, the volume, the amount, and then I also have that the little knot loosens up. In communication, loosen up. In communication, that's really, really important. When he then feels, hold on, I'm totally relaxed. Because then I also have his curiosity back. This curiosity in this is like getting to know you all over again. This wow, that's totally relaxed. Because then he opens up, he becomes lighter. So we don't have any sand in the gears anymore, but we have a proper oil and milk lubrication in there. So absolutely, yes, love is here. It's definitely there. But those are his fears. His fears, oh my God, then it won't work. Then she's giving me too much. Oh God, how can I keep up with this? So what can I give you? He doesn't really see that he can make you truly happy anymore. And you're also a bit too fast for him. That's why we need to slow down the pace here. So let's see what else we can find. Now we have the cups again. So as I said, wow, we have so many cups here now. So a very clear sign here is really more love, right? The deep love with the play, very strong, the attraction. And that's a very clear sign. He's not messing with you here, not after this reading. Do I really want to say a little about that? Because it's collective. So now we have the King of Cups. He is really very emotional. Maybe he doesn't show that to you either, but he will find his calm. Yeah, he's sometimes a bit of a diplomat. You apply it where you say, that's such nonsense. You don't really need that. But it's with him. He's in his head. He is the thinker. He's a head person. And he always protects his inner self and is always closed off in communication. But if you ask a little less there, yes. If you ask less, it brings in more of this lightness. In communication, he or she also opens up towards you. And There's a bit of something for him, this disturbance, that's himself. He has the biggest problem with himself. But I have everything here in resolution. Above all, I have everything here in healing. In healing, he with himself, no matter what experiences he has had, what kind of person he has been, no matter how or what he wants to have this changed, he feels it too. And inside him, a lot is happening. What about that? The connection, the relationship with you, and he will talk to you about it. Because there's this inner turmoil, this agitation. He might be showing you coldness right now because he is just internally agitated. There we have manipulation, whether it's from his environment or from his past. So there's manipulation at play, and it all unravels from that. I find this card wonderful. We have the Six of Wands, so now we have the Sixth Rods. The positive development. I have some news here. That fits perfectly. We have communication here. Here we also have some more good news. We have this agreement between the two of you. Especially now, first it's about communication, casually relaxed, so that we can get into communication and not immediately ask about the relationship or anything. Just this. Yeah, also dive a little into the superficial side of things. Let him come into the communication because he wants you. He also wants to talk about the relationship because he knows that's the right thing for both of you. The relationship is blooming. Six of Wands. The relationship between the two of you wants to flourish. And this difficult time will be overcome by taking off this pressure, this relaxed approach, and it's just dreamy. So even if he is distancing himself right now and is fully in his ego mode here, he will really come into his heart, into the warmth, and also towards you. So absolutely fantastic. Because, as I said, I like it here. Your relationship is blooming again. And the difficult time has been overcome. It will definitely be overcome. Because he also wants to give you this recognition. You can expect some pleasant news. Love, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderfully beautiful rest of the day. Goodbye.